welcome to Transcend-Ing Tarotcast. Let's get our collective card. Ooh, the High Priestess. This seems to be a very intense, big month for everyone, because so far we've only had major arcanas for the collective, and it's the month of the Tower, which is huge. It's the deconstruction of society. So there is a lot of heavy energy going on right now. And last week we had Strength, which was all about finding, the strength within for everyone. And now we have the High Priestess, which is our most spiritual card, our card of really moving things into another level, a higher level of consciousness. It really is, we're raising the vibration, but at the same time to do so, we're sort of going to a lower place first, a place of stillness and lower energy. So from there, we can start building through the spiritual practices, a way of raising this in a new kind of society, we hope. Aries, you have the Seven of Swords. This isn't great, I'm afraid. Seven of Swords is the card of suspicion, the card of feeling like you can't trust. You had the Hangman for the month, which means you mean to be shifting your perspectives around how your life is and who you are and everything. And then you had the Nine of Pentacles last week, and that was about abundance and coming into a place of understanding everything around you that is abundant. And it may be through this process of shifting your perspectives and finding a sense of abundance that you start noticing there are things around you that maybe don't work for you anymore, and they can feel like a betrayal, either of trust, or it could even be within yourself. It could be there's some behaviors you have that actually betray your inner purpose. So just pay attention. Where are you feeling suspicious this week? And trust that suspicion. Trust that it's coming to tell you something. Taurus, Five of Pentacles. Taurus, this is a card of feeling lost in scarcity, feeling like you've come into a place where you don't have anything left and you don't know what to do, because there's nothing that you feel like you can go forward with. It's almost like you need to find sanctuary, you need to find help, maybe you need to ask for help. You have Temperance for the month, which is all about finding balance. And last week you had the Ten of Swords, which is seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. It's almost like you're taking a little bit of a step back, and instead of focusing on that light, you now suddenly focus on the fact that you are feeling maybe even lonely or unaware of what or who's around you that can actually come and help, but they don't know you need help unless you ask. So find those people who are willing to give you this sense of sanctuary, who are willing to help you out in this time. Gemini, you got the Ace of Cups. So you have you have Judgment for the month, where you're meant to be going through self-reflection and looking really at your behavior and what you've been doing and how can you improve it, how can you become a better version of yourself, right? And last week you had the Devil, so you were meant to look at all your self-sabotaging things, behaviors, patterns. What are you doing in your life that is stopping you from actually achieving your full potential? How is that interfering with your emotions as well, with your emotional body? And this week the Ace of Cups comes to say that you might have overcome those self-sabotaging things, and it might have been a hard process last week, but you are now ready to fully embrace this new emotional cycle and what you're meant to go through now. Cancer, Four of Cups. This card means you are tired, you are emotionally tired, you really need to do some self-nurturing because you're in danger of apathy. You're in danger of disconnecting from yourself completely and disconnecting from others on the emotional level. And you are an emotional creature. So take some time to replenish and to nurture yourself. We know you like to nurture others, but this week has to be you, because if you don't nurture yourself, you won't be able to nurture others either. So you had the Emperor for the month, where you meant to be creating structure, and then you had the Ten of Pentacles, which is sort of like material fulfillment almost. But focusing on this side of things has left you feeling disconnected with your emotions. We want you to do both. You need to find the structure in a way that your emotions are still an important factor within. So just take some rest this week, nurture yourself, and then find the key point where you can combine these things together. Leo, Four of Pentacles. Leo, you have the Wheel of Fortune. You are going through a big month of something that is very important to you and your life path. And you had the Eight of Cups last week, which meant you were supposed to just disconnect yourself from all the drama around you. Just turn around and just have some time on your own without connecting to all the drama around you, right? The Four of Pentacles means that there is some attachment there that you need to let go of, that you need to work through, because while you have these attachments, you won't be able to fully disconnect from all of these dramas. And we need you to do that. We need you to disconnect so you can understand what your role in this life is. But while you are connected to the external, while you are attached to the external, you will not be able to find out what it is. Virgo, Wheel of Fortune. Virgo, so you've had a big month so far. You had the Devil for the month. So you're meant to be breaking through self-sabotaging behavior and patterns and thought processes and everything that holds you back. And then you had the Fool. So that takes you into a place of finding a new journey, starting a new adventure with having released some of the conditionings that the devil was having on you. And the Wheel of Fortune means this week there is a big milestone in this process of release. So if the month is about releasing self-sabotaging, this week is going to be pivotal for you in this process. So work extra hard or pay extra attention to what is happening around you as well. Libra. Ooh, the Three of Swords, Libra. Well, you have Justice for the month, where we said you need to learn how to make your own decisions in a more assertive way. By, yes, still listening to everyone around you, but being able to make those decisions yourself. And then you had the Queen of Cups. She's the flowy queen, so we wanted you to be able to make decisions, but with compassion and empathy, and flow with those decisions and not overthink whether you did it right or wrong. Just make the decision and flow with it afterwards. The Three of Swords is a card that indicates there's some pain you have to deal with. And it could be simply this process of transforming into being more assertive that can be causing you pain, because if you have some conditioning that tells you that the assertiveness is actually a bad thing, then you're going to be going through this process of becoming assertive, but at the same time feeling guilty for it. So you have to release that pain. It's not real, it's just in your mind. Scorpio, Queen of Cups. So Scorpio, you have the Hierophant for the month. So you're meant to be playing somewhat a role in clarifying how institutions play a role themselves in society, considering we have the Tower as the collective card. And you had the Tower yourself last week, so it was even more important then that you were open about your views and how you feel over institutions and certain institutions and how they play a role for all of us. It wasn't just for you this month. This month your role is bigger than you. The Queen of Cups comes to give you some nurturing to yourself and some flow. this week, even though you're playing a bigger role than yourself for the month, you also need to take care of yourself to do that. You allow your intuition to play a big role as well, but to allow your intuition to connect with your intuition, you need to be on a certain energetic level of self-care as well. Sagittarius, Nine of Cups. This is a card of contentment. This is a card of being well, being fine, everything's good. However, you have the Empress for the month, and this is also good. This means you're connecting with your divine feminine. And last week you had the Four of Pentacles, which is the card of attachment. So hopefully what this means is that this week you'll be able to let go of those attachments, and you will find a contentment within, and also pride within yourself, and the fact that you were able to release yourself from those attachments and start something new, or come into yourself and be more within yourself. It's not finished. There's still some things that you're gonna need to work through, but you can be proud already that you've achieved something. Capricorn, Seven of Cups. So you've had a big month so far. You had the Star, which is the healing card for the month. It's a month of healing for you. And then you had the Hanged Man, which is about shifting your perspectives and starting looking at life in a different way. So when we are healing and we are releasing conditioning and we are healing from blocks, we start looking at life in a different way because we upgrade, we become a different person. So what's happening this week though is suddenly there are so many versions of you that you kind of would like to choose from. So many things you would like to tackle, to heal, or tackle to work through, that you're just going to be a bit overwhelmed and confused. The important thing this week is just don't make any big decisions. Don't just allow the confusion to be. Just sit with this confusion until you get a clear answer. Don't rush into making any decisions. Don't rush into working with something specifically. Just sit and wait and see what comes. Aquarius, Five of Cups. So Aquarius, you had the World, which is the card of completion. It's the card of coming to an end of a cycle, finishing something up, and getting ready to start the new cycle, the new you, the new next step of your life. And then you had the Ace of Swords, which was all about having loads of ideas and innovation, and which matches you very much. Five of Cups comes to say that you are still holding on to things that might not be coming with you into the new cycle. So to fully close the cycle, to come into a fulfillment place, to close the cycle properly so you can start a new one, you need to look at these things that you feel you don't want to depart with, and just actually let it go. You need to focus on what you have that is good, and not so much on the things that need to be gone. If you're paying too much attention on the things that need to be gone, then you are bringing yourself into a place of loss and sadness, and we don't want that. There's going to be plenty of things around you that you can focus with that are good. Pisces, Two of Swords. Alright, Pisces, you had Strength for the month, which is all about finding your inner strength, finding who you are in a gentle way, finding everything within you that makes you handle life in a better way. And then you had the Chariot, which meant something you needed to become independent. You needed to come and find your unique ways, your uniqueness, and your individuality. And for that, you needed to break free and become independent. And now with the Two of Swords comes to say there is something there. There is something there that you're blocking out, that you're not wanting to face, that you're choosing to ignore. Maybe not choosing to ignore, but maybe it's too painful to go down there, so you are repressing it, we can say. The thing is, if you keep repressing this, it's just going to lead to more pain. So this week, you gotta have to face it. Don't allow yourself to repress this. Don't allow yourself to block yourself off and close yourself off. Otherwise, the pain will grow within you. And when you release it, when you externalize it, then it can come out from inside of you and be taken by the universe to be transformed. Alright, everyone, thank you so much. and I shall see you next week. Lots of love.